Have you ever been at the spot where you are ready to take that next step in your business or in your life, and you know this is where you want to be? You feel the warmth of your vision, you feel the brightness of your vision, and you're ready. And you're just ready to take that step. And then something happens, and you question whether this is the right step or whether you should take the step, or maybe you just totally bail and feel like, oh, I need to go take care of the other things in my life or do something different for myself. Have you ever experienced that? Because I certainly have. I've experienced that quite frequently. So my name is Kristen Pierce. I coach entrepreneurs when they're feeling called to something more and they don't know the path, they don't know the way, or they're feeling a little afraid. And today we're talking about the messy middle. That space where we're ready to take the step, or maybe we've taken a step and then it seems like life is doing everything it can to pull us back into the space where we've always been. So really, what's happening there? Well, I'm going to show you what's happening there. I drew you a picture. But I'm going to tell you the 3 steps to keep moving forward, even when something blows up to hold you back. And then if you want to see the drawing, hang out and I'll go over the drawing too. So your 3 steps are: 1, remember it's normal for something in your body or your life to get really big and loud to try and keep you where you are. And there's all kinds of reasoning and science behind that. But just remember, it's normal, okay? This is par for the course. When you want to grow, there will be things that come up to try to pull you back and keep you where you're at. Number 2, remember that it's important to pause and reconnect with your vision. The thing that you want that's drawing you forward, connect with that vision. Remember why it's important to you. Feel the warmth of it. Get it clear in your mind and in your body as much as you possibly can, why this is important and why you want it and why it's worth going through the hard stuff to have it. 3, when you're feeling pulled to go back where you've come from instead of forward, do everything you can to do at least one thing to move yourself forward, even if it feels like your fingernails are clawing in the dirt and you're hardly getting anywhere. Do at least one thing to keep yourself moving. Okay, those are your 3 things to keep you focused forward. And I want to add the caveat here. You do not have to ignore the thing that's pulling you back. You don't have to ignore it, but do not give it all of your time and attention. The majority of your time and attention gets to be focused into what you're growing into. The thing that's trying to pull you back, give it some attention, give it some love, create some space for it, but don't give it everything. Remember, you want to move forward, so make the choices that allow you to keep moving forward. Okay, let me show you a little bit more about this in pictures. Okay, so as you can see, we have the messy middle here. And this is the past. And here's our vision, where we want to be. And there's the mess that's in the middle. Now, I want you to think of it like a house. So your current experience and your past have created the house of experience that you now have. And if we're going to talk about this, might as well make it a little bit more real for us business owners. So we're going to talk about this in the framework of money. Money being like, I don't have enough and I want more money, and I'm going to use my business to help me get more money. Well, this house of money that we currently have is composed of everything that we know and do relating to money right now, like our habits and our debt and our family beliefs that inform our beliefs and our responsibilities, where we give our money, where we receive our money, how we feel about ourselves, what our network is doing with money, and all the feelings that we have tied up in money. That's a lot. This house has furniture, has dogs and cats and ceilings and carpets, and it is so well furnished. That is the house that we live in. And it tends to be a little bit like a ball and chain because it's so strong and so well built. And so when we come up with the vision, I'm going to change colors here. So when we come up with the vision and we're like, ooh, this vision is called more money, like triple my money, more money. And it sounds amazing and it feels amazing. And then we take a step. all of the pieces and parts that form our nervous system and how we think and what we do, those start getting a little bit anxious and flared because we're moving out of the safety zone of what we know towards something that is new and different. And even if it feels amazing in our thought dream brain, all these pieces and parts of our nervous system want to keep us safe, and safety means where we're at very often. So, oof, that's the messy middle, because you might say, well, I'm going to raise my rates. So if I say I'm going to raise my rates, that's wonderful. I'm going to raise my rates, but ooh, what's it like to tell my clients that I'm raising my rates? What's it like when my clients see the price tags of the products I sell and they have feelings and they have thoughts and then they say something to me? How does that feel? Am I prepared to deal with that? Oh, that doesn't feel so good sometimes. So we might raise our rates, but then we need to do a little self-work to process through all the that might show up. Just because we feel doesn't mean we shouldn't raise our rates. It just means we're still tied back to all the things that created the old house. Okay? And here's another one for you. Sometimes when you raise your rates to have more money, you need a different type of network, because all of the people that you know, they have a similar money situation as you do. They don't have more money to spend. That might be your client base, that might be your friend base, that might be your family base, it might be all of them. Well, if you need to shift networks, that feels kind of weird too. So, how are you going to do that? How's that going to work? Okay, that's more of the messy middle. That's the growth. The discomfort that shows up in the messy middle, the drama and the trauma and the that's part of what we get to process through in order to feel great about this new house that we've imagined. And as we furnish the house with new thoughts, feelings, people, beliefs, and behaviors, we get different results. So again, what are the 3 important things to remember here? I'll point them out on my paper. 3 important things to remember is it's normal to have a messy middle. It's also important to pause and reconnect with that vision. Also important to stay in action toward what we want, to have that vision come to fruition, while also not discounting those parts of us that are saying, oh, I don't feel good about this change. We give those parts of ourselves a hug. We take a moment, we inhale and exhale and say, I love you, I honor you. I realize you're trying to take care of me. I'm grateful. And I'm going to keep moving forward. Give that part of yourself some time, not all the time. Because where you're going, it's a whole different mindset. It's a whole different world. Put your attention and time into that world. All right. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you again soon.